A very good morning to you wherever you are. My name is Benedict Osu. It's time to talk sports here on the AM show. And yesterday, the Black Stars were in action in Brazzaville. They played against Congo, and the first game that was played at the Barbara Stadium ended 1-1. And going into that game, the team had to win to enhance their chances of making it to the 2018 World Cup. Well, they did exactly so as they won by 5-1. Thomas Partey scoring a hat-trick and Richmond Boachiadom with a brace. We've got highlights of that game for you.
And high-octane encounter and a beautiful start with Thierry Bafuma testing Richard Ofori, who does well. He's coming to the rescue, and another fine effort there, this time coming in from Cesar Ganzi, the Leopards player. At the other end, well, this man, Agiapong, doing very well. It's a botched shot there from Ofori that was just toe-poked into the path of Boakie. 1-0 for Ghana, and then this effort here, a fine strike indeed from Thomas Partey, blasting into the corner of that first blocked shot. It came in from Boakie. Beautiful header, scored by the right back, Emerson Lloyd of Olympic Donetsk, unmarked completely, of course. It was a freebie. And then Partey scoring that goal just before the half-time whistle to give them a 3-1 advantage. And that proved pivotal because that 2-goal cushion meant the world to them. In the second half, well, there was more sustained pressure from Ghana. And they managed to score more goals. This was a horrible pass given away to the man of the moment, Thomas Partey. And look at that for a strike. In she goes for his hat-trick. Thomas Partey, the 24-year-old, playing the 14th match for the Black Stars, banging in his third goal of the day. That was 4-1 at the other end. Well, there was a beautiful shot there from Bafuma. Look at that, turning on a sixpence, and his effort coming off the crossbar. Harrison Affle made this goal, the fifth and final. And it was Richmond Boakie who scored his brace, picking his spot there with plenty of time. 5-1. The final score for Ghana, who recover after their 1-1 draw, disappointing 1-1 draw from their third match from Group E.
So 5-1 ended at the Stade Kintele Stadium in Brazzaville. The Black Stars making Ghana proud there. So Group E, this is how the table is. Yesterday, Egypt also won their game against Uganda by a goal to nil. So there you go on the screen. Egypt are leading now with 9 points, and Uganda, they have 7 points, as well as Ghana with 5 points, and Congo with just a point there. So we have 2 more matches to go, and we'll see what Ghana can do in their game against Uganda, as well as Egypt here in Ghana. So what it means is that Egypt must drop a point, Uganda also drops a point, and Ghana should win the next 2 games and will qualify for the 2018 World Cup. If not, then we'll have to, look at what we can do in terms of our qualification to the Africa Cup of Nations, and probably wait and see if we can qualify for 2022 World Cup. So, Kwesi Appiah was criticized after the game in Kumasi. Some said he was technically bankrupt. Others also backed him. Well, after yesterday's game, we had the opportunity to speak to some Ghanaians on whether Kwesi Appiah should maintain the Ghana team that defeated Congo Brazzaville by 5-1 yesterday. Take a listen.
Right now, once the senior players they are not inside the team there, as for my mind, they should maintain the young boys, and they should leave the senior players where they are compose this thing themselves. So now they should forget the senior players and maintain these boys. And I will maintain Asamoah Gyan because he's an old player, and that one will encourage the new ones that have done their best for now to continue doing their best.
And looking at the whole thing from the other match and this very one that we played today, if I were to be the coach, I think I will let the old ones stay and work on these new guys and see the good future that they can give to Ghana Black Stars, because they played very, very well.
Okay, I think it's high time that Kwesi Appiah understand that this is the squad that he needs to go with. There are old guys in there that we need to let them go. Period. we just have to let them go. I mean, now they are giving excuses. I'm here. This one is saying that I'm having running stomach and all those things. Well, they have proven to all of us that at the end of the day, we could do without them.
Well, I think I'll still keep the new boys because they are young and they are coming up. So the best thing is to train them and move them forward.
I don't want the old players again because old players, they think that now they have money so they can play whatever they like. So because Akwesapia should shun the old players and maintain the new players now.
So it looks like they want the old players to just go away. But one thing you know is a gradual process. You cannot just do away with the old players. As you bring the new guys, you must also maintain some of the old guys. So gradually you fade them out, and the likes of Raphael Dramana and all the other guys, Thomas Ejapon, will fit in and ensure that going forward we have a solid Black Stars that they can win games. But to add to the Black Stars and Congo game, well, the initial arrangement in terms of the team's traveling arrangement from here to Congo back was that they were going to go with a commercial flight, and then coming back to Ghana, they were going to charter a flight for them. But we understand that the Ministry of Youth and Sports before the game told the team that they were not going to get a charter flight back to Ghana, rather they were going to use a commercial flight. And the arrangement between clubs and players when they come on international duty is that you get to your club Thursday, that's some 24 hours or some 72 hours before you play in the weekend games. And most of these guys came from Europe and they'll be playing their respective clubs going into the weekend. And if you want them to get to their clubs on Thursday, and that commercial arrangement wasn't going to favor them. So what happened was that Black Stars captain Asamoah Gyan had to pay for a chartered flight for the team to travel from Congo to Ghana. So most of the players have left for their respective bases. The others will also leave by close of today, and hopefully by tomorrow, God willing, all of them will be with their respective clubs going into the weekend's run of matches in terms of the European major leagues. Some came from England, others also from Turkey. Asamoah Gyan himself from Turkey, with other players also traveling to the United States of America. So that's the story. Later, we'll bring you an interview that we had with Winfrey Say. He's the vice chairman of the Black Stars Management Committee, and he actually confirmed that to us. So we have to do some more here and check what happened. I've already told you what happened in a game involving Egypt and Uganda, but I've got highlights for you.
Well, the crowd certainly raising the volume as soon as Egypt are in the final third, and they've won the ball back in a dangerous area. El Neni with his hands up. He's ignored for now. It's a beautiful ball to Mo Salah. Brilliant initial save, but it's gone over the line. And Egypt have their early goal they craved, and it comes from their superstar, Mo Salah. And it's clear that that's the case. Brilliantly timed. He ducked out to come back in. It's a brilliant initial save from Dennis Oyango, but the keeper couldn't do anything about the rebound, which agonizingly popped up over and into the net. It's a beautiful ball from Abdoulaye Said. He'd ignored a square ball to El Neni and proved exactly why he took that extra time. And you can see Said celebrating with Rami the players at full time. I'll be honest, he may have made it back for the match, El Hadari, but at times he could have been.
So Egypt won by a goal to 0 to top Group E. So they have 9 points. They've won 3 games and have lost 1. Unlike Ghana, we just have won a game and drawn 2. Yes, we won just a game, drawn 2 and lost 1. Now we have to do more on the CAF World Cup qualifiers, and Bafana, that's the South African team. They played host to Cape Verde in Durban, and surprisingly, they lost by 2 goals to 1. Highlight for you.
Visit to Cape Verde last Friday prompted coach Stuart Baxter to make 5 changes to the side hosting the return leg of the World Cup qualifiers, a crucial tie that Bafana had very little choice but to win, having suffered a 2-1 reverse a few days prior. It was way back in 2004 that Bafana last hosted the Cape Verde, also a 2-1 result in favour of the hosts 13 years later, and it took nearly 8 minutes for South Africa to inquire first, Shompokekana going wide from distance. A minute later, and perhaps Tokelo Ranti should have had his second goal of the tie. Having been well played in by Bradley Grobler, he fluffed his left-footed effort when he should have at least hit the target. When Sandilands had seen very little action when he had to scramble in ensuring a free kick wasn't nestling into his bottom corner, the visitors' first real threat coming after 13 minutes. The opening half hour certainly belonged to the hosts, who created a number of look-ins without finding the back of the net, this time Grobler directing his header straight at the goalkeeper without much power. There was plenty of that behind Ranti's bullet early in the second stanza, the direction though letting the striker down on this occasion. And sticking with the theme of power, it was crucial in handing the away side the lead.
Blue Sharks lineup, and it's a great goal scored by Rodriguez. Kenny Rodriguez with the free kick, and the Cape Verde have the lead.
Wow, that is a scorcher, that is a thunderbolt.
Cape Verde then had a great opportunity to make it 2, falling to star Ryan Mendes, but from close range he could only balloon over a few moments before Sandilands was beaten for a second time.
Gary Rodriguez, another shot, another goal! My word, what a spectacular effort from Rodriguez again, and the Cape Verde have their second goal. Surely now enough to win it.
2-1 was the score on Friday. 2-1 the score with around 2 minutes left in Durban, as Andile Jali, coming off the bench, had enough to beat the goalkeeper. The search for the equaliser though proving unfruitful. In less than a week, Cape Verde beating South Africa twice by 2-1.
So some cracking goals in that game involving South Africa and Cape Verde. Cape Verde winning by 2-1. Also Zambia were away to Algeria to stun Algeria by a 1-0.
Zambia were riding a 3-1 sized wave where they travelled to Blida on Tuesday, looking to earn yet another victory in Group B of the World Cup qualifiers, just days after a young Chipolopolo side had enough to beat Algeria in Lusaka. The clash really went up a few notches in the second stanza, where the visitors should have taken the lead, when with no one but the keeper ahead of him, Augustin Mulenga blasted his effort over from close range. At the other end, skipper and goalkeeper Kennedy Mwene was called upon twice in a matter of minutes, first using his legs to deny Yassine Brahimi, before needing to be at full stretch just after the hour mark in keeping a goal-bound effort out. However, much to the shock of the home fans, Chipolopolo had their goal, scored by one of their brightest young talents, Patson Daka. He latched onto a loose ball and had the beating of goalkeeper Rice Mboli. The 18-year-old goal enough to hand Zambia the double over Algeria and keep their hopes of Russia 2018 alive and well.
So Zambia defeated Algeria by a 1-0. Other matches that were played yesterday: Congo 2, Tunisia 2, Group A game, as well as you just saw the Zambia-Algeria game. And Ivory Coast were at home to Gabon. Gabon went away to defeat Ivory Coast by 2-1. So some shocking results from yesterday's matches in the World Cup qualifier. Mali drew goalless with Morocco, and South Africa, as you saw earlier, also lost by 2-1 to Cape Verde. And Burkina Faso drew 2-2 with Senegal in Burkina, as well as Egypt won Uganda 0, and Ghana beating Congo by 5-1. So the World Cup UEFA qualification as well: Austria, Georgia ended 1-1. Ireland, Serbia, it was 1-0 in favor of Serbia, and Moldova also lost 2-0 to Wales. And Macedonia, Albania ended 2-1 in favor of Albania, as well as Italy beating Israel by a 0, and Spain also winning their game against Lithuania by 8-0. They won by 8-0. And Iceland, Ukraine ended 2-0 in favor of Iceland, as well as Kosovo losing 1-0 to Finland. And Turkey, they defeated Croatia by a 0-0. Bolivia, Chile, this is the CONMEBOL World Cup qualifiers. Bolivia, Chile was 1-0 in favor of Bolivia, as well as Colombia drawing 1-0 with already qualified Brazil. And Ecuador, Peru ended 2-1 in favor of Peru, with Argentina also drawing 1-1 with Venezuela. And Paraguay, they lost 2-1 to Uruguay. So that's it by way of the World Cup qualification from Africa to Europe, and also the CONMEBOL, that's the South American qualifiers for the World Cup. Well, away from the World Cup qualifiers, let's talk some boxing. And you remember very well, it was 2 months ago that he won the heavyweight title from Vladimir Klitschko. That was Anthony Joshua. He defeated the man in London at Wembley. Well, Joshua is set to defend his title against Kubrat Pulev on October 28.
Anthony Joshua has been confirmed that he'll make his next world heavyweight title defence against the Bulgarian Kubrat Pulev. That will be in Cardiff on October the 28th. It'll be Joshua's first fight since that thriller against Vladimir Klitschko in April. And let's just remind you of that special night at Wembley Stadium. So what do we know about Kubrat Pulev? Well, he was born in Sofia, Bulgaria. He was an accomplished amateur, winning gold at the European Championship 9 years ago. To give you some context, Joshua didn't medal at the same tournament in 2011. Pulev turned professional in 2009 at the age of 28 and knocked out his first opponent in the second round. He won his first major professional title in 2012 when he became European champion in his 16th fight with a knockout win over Alexander Dimitrenko. And he's had one previous attempt at a world title but was beaten by Vladimir Klitschko in 2014, where Pulev and Joshua have 3 former opponents in common. Pulev stopped Matt Skelton in the 4th round. Joshua got rid of him in just 2. They've also There we go. They've also both fought Michael Sprott. He took Pulev 9 rounds. Joshua knocked him out in the first. And as mentioned, they've both been in the ring with Vladimir Klitschko. He knocked out Pulev in round 5. Joshua got the finish in the 11th.
So it's happening on October 28th, in Cardiff, where Anthony Joshua will defend that title he won from Vladimir Klitschko in 3 months ago against Kubrat Pulev. So definitely we'll follow up on that one and bring you more here in our subsequent sports bulletins. I'm Benedict Tosi. That's how we end sports this morning. Pleasure always sharing your company. We are back tomorrow with another exciting edition of the show. Until then, you can join us at 2. That's our major sports bulletin with Nathaniel Lato on the Sports Today. And also, you can read more sports stories for yourself on the My Joy online sports page. You get us on Twitter. It's at Joy Sports GH. On Facebook, follow us at Joy Sports. Have a wonderful day.